What's up YouTube, this is Genesis121 doing an unboxing slash review from LiveAquaria. So this is my first time ordering from LiveAquaria. I've heard mixed reviews on it, some good, some bad, so I wanted to order a couple corals, so definitely decided to give them a try. So my package was initially shipped into two separate packages. One was a regular order and the other was a diver's den order, so they shipped from two different locations. So I got two different boxes, but one shipping price. So the shipping took a little bit longer than I expected. It was shipped by UPS and they said it kind of got lost in transit, so I wind up getting this package at about 7:30 at night. So I was kind of curious about the status of what it was going to be. So upon getting it, this is the Rose Stylopora that I wind up ordering, and this was the diver's den item. So the picture said that it was a very pink looking coral, so checked it out, everything was good. So put it in the tank to get water acclimated, or temperature acclimated, I can say. So in my other package that I got was the yellow Fiji leather and the grape coral. And grape coral is basically like a kind of different variation of a frog spawn, I guess you could say. So yeah, I mean, opening these packages, as you can see, my two youngest kids, they're just all in the mix. They see packages and they don't know what's going on. So each of them came with a heater. This one had a heater inside, and they were still kind of warm a little bit. So packaging overall was good. The bag seemed to be sealed pretty good and insulated. This was the yellow Fiji leather that I pulled out, and when I first pulled it out, I was a little curious of what was going on because the water was pretty cloudy. So I saw that it was attached to a rock, but I couldn't really see the leather too much. So the other coral, like I said, was the grape coral, which is a green grape coral is what I ordered from them as well. So like I said, put both of these items into the tank to get the temperature acclimation going on these due to the long trip, just trying to get everything going with them as well as possible. So as I do with all my fish and corals, the next phase is the drip acclimation. So leave them in the water for a little bit to get temperature acclimated, and then I open them up and I put them in these containers here where I have drip acclimation kits that I use to acclimate these corals or fish, whatever I do. This is the way that I acclimate them. So this is the Rose Stylopora here. I think that it was pretty good how they shipped the SVS. They attach it to a piece of styrofoam so it stays floating the whole time, making sure that it stays submerged. So that was a pretty neat idea how they do that. So just visually inspecting it, making sure it's good, that I don't see anything on there, and then I put it inside the container, pour some of that water that it came in from, and then start the process on that one. And the next one is the grape coral. So pulling this guy out and seeing what it looks like. And this guy came with 2 heads, so it's alright size. And last but not least, the yellow Fiji leather coral. So yeah, upon getting this guy, like I say, the water was pretty cloudy and it did kind of have a different smell to it, but what really surprised me was when I did pull it out and looked at it, I saw that the leather was completely smashed, as if like in the shipping, the weight of the rock was basically on top of the leather coral the entire time, and it just pancaked it. So it's a nice sized rock that it was attached to, but looking at the size of that, just kind of wondering how that's going to turn out after it's been acclimated and got put into the tank. So the last phase in my acclimation process is I dip all my new corals. I use the Coral RX Pro, and like I say, all new arrivals that I get, I dip it, just being proactive, trying not to introduce any parasites into the tank. So I've had great success with this stuff. I would highly recommend it to anyone that has new corals, regardless of where you're getting them from. As they say, don't risk it, dip it, is their slogan that they have, and I definitely agree with them 100%. And after I dip all the corals for the 10-minute time, they go back into the fresh salt water out of the tank. So during that acclimation process, I do use the turkey baster, and I will squirt the rocks as well, just to try to see get any parasites or anything that may be hidden in the rocks or on the frag plugs out of there. It's very important to try to get off. Some people go as far as to remove the frag from the frag plug as well. It's just your personal preference on what you really decide to do, but you know, off of that Fiji leather coral, it was attached to a rock, and I wind up finding these guys after dipping it and turkey basting it. It was a bristle worm, some sort of crab. It was actually a couple different bristle worms in there, but I wasn't sure if these guys were safe or not. But when in doubt, these guys are not going in the tank. So that's going to do it for this video. I will do a part 2 to this, just showing you guys what the corals look like once they've been in the tank and how they are doing. But if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys for watching.